records, what are they really worth? Kick it! Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I know you have a lot to choose from here on the YouTubes. Welcome to Brian's Funhouse, where I have a collection of about 3,200 records, about 1,600 CDs, a few HX, a few cassettes, a whole bunch of toys, a whole bunch of junk. I want to show you, I've recently not really purged, but I got rid of a few albums, and I put them up on eBay, and I want to show you what they sold for to kind of give a state of what vinyl is selling for. A few examples. I know a lot of the YouTube vinyl community has been doing videos on vinyl. There was a report that sales were down, and then the report came out. Another report came out that they weren't as down as they thought, but everyone agrees whether sales are down or up or who cares. Prices are a little bit crazy right now. I'm in a band and we're putting out an album. We're going to sell it for $20 each. Now we're a local band, obviously, but even if we were a big band, I think we would fight pretty hard to get that album to be sold for $20 each. I will comment back when we actually get the vinyl. We can do all the costs and see how much per unit actually costs, but I would imagine it's under $8 a unit. I don't know, I haven't pressed vinyl in over 20 years, but yeah, so people that are charging 30 and 40 for just a single album vinyl, they're killing you. They're killing you is what they're doing. You do have to wait a long time for stuff to get pressed these days. Oh man, oh man, oh man, that's a long wait. Let's get you updated with what came into the Funhouse here first, and then we'll go with the examples I have of what albums actually sold on eBay. Real quick, I got this Material Issue. This is a cassette sampler. Love Material Issue, a great power pop band from the Chicago area. Their heyday was probably like 91 to 94-ish. There's a movie about the band that's out now, Out of Time. It's just a great power pop band. I also got another CD single of Material Issue, Going Through Your Purse, and a band Sicko, a band from the Washington State area. They were part of the big indie rock explosion early 90s, that pop punk stuff. Great band. They're just now repressing a lot of their stuff on LP and CD. Had it all from way back in the day on LP, but if I really love something, I like to get it on LP and CD. I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. So this is You Could Feel the Love in This Room. This is their debut from 94. Great power pop punk rock stuff, just great stuff. There's a cover of Closer to Fine from the Indigo Girls. That's probably one of the best cover songs ever. Like when a band does somebody else's song, they just play it great. Laugh While You Can. Monkey Boy, this is their second album from -- So yeah, I would for sure. If you're a fan of this music, you somehow haven't heard of them, or you heard them way back in the day and they didn't have a chance to purchase their stuff, their website is probably like sicko.com. Just search Sicko and you'll find it. Poster Children, this came out, this is their sixth album in 1999. Again, it's one of the bands from Champaign, Illinois. Big alternative rock band, great band. This came out in 99. They were really powerful in the scene mid-early 90s. Great albums, but yeah, they're still going strong even today. But yeah, this was a few years into their career, but it's a good album. I try to complete them. Speaking about local bands, there's a local band from years ago called Alistair, pop punk band in Chicago, and I believe two of the guys went on to form Hot Alice. So from 2017 to current, they are putting out these like CD EPs, and also I think there's limited run vinyl EPs on some of these as well. But Hot Alice, this is Scandals and Animals. If you're looking for nice power indie rock or pop punk stuff, this is beautiful stuff. Probably one of my favorite groups currently in the Chicago area. This Hot Alice. Scandals and Animals, it's one of their EPs. Welcomes You, You'll Never Leave. Del Vesta Boca is another one. And this is the one that just came out. This is also on vinyl, but I believe the vinyl may be sold out. Astonishing Tales of the Sea. All three by Hot Alice. Great stuff. It's always good when groups from around your area are just as good or even better than the bands that are pushed by the big labels and all that kind of stuff. Speaking about big label band, Journey in their heyday. This is 1980, so right before they released Escape. The final studio stuff with Greg Rowley on it. This is This is a Japanese release. It is Dream After Dream. It was for it's for a Japanese movie. It's a soundtrack to it that Journey did, and I've always had it on vinyl. It's one of my favorite things from Journey, and I was able to get the CD finally. Like I said, it's something I really like. I get it on CD and LP. What else do we got here? We have Wasp. I just saw Wasp live, and they put on a hell of a show. Crimson Idol have always had it on CD. I found that they pressed it on vinyl. This is their 92 album. This is their 5th release, Crimson Idol, but this is a more recent pressing, a red pressing from, I believe, Germany of that album, the Crimson Idol. It's a great album. It's not... Blackie Lawless really loves it. He probably thinks it's their greatest work. I say their first 2 albums is the greatest work, but Crimson Idol is still hell of an amazing album. I went to an estate sale. It's always fun at estate sales. You never know what you're going to find in somebody's old house. You know, sometimes the pictures show everything. Sometimes you got to go in there and discover, oh, they also have this for sale and that for sale. It's always fun. I don't go to as many as I used to. People kind of drive me crazy at estate sales now. People are all crazy, all the insane flippers and stuff, but I did go to this one because it was close to my house, and lo and behold, in there I found some albums that people hadn't picked up yet, and this was the last day of the estate sale, so everything was half off, so it was more reasonably priced, because like I said, vinyl prices are going crazy. This is Kiss. This is their 10th album from 1982, Creatures of the Night, and the reason why I picked this one up, I already had it, but I picked it up because I want this cover. I had the cover with Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr, and of course Gene and Paul without anything on their face, just looking, which is weird they had Bruce because he didn't even play on the album. And I guess that cover, people really want that cover. So I no problem keeping this, and got the other one currently sitting on eBay because this is way cooler of a cover. And it's a pretty good album, you know? I Love It Loud and War Machine were the big songs on here. But yeah, it's a good album. Good album from Kiss. Good job, Kiss. Also, he had Alice Cooper. This is his first album proper as a solo artist. Welcome to My Nightmare. This is from 1975. It's also got Vincent Price on it. Produced by Bob Ezrin. Of course, we love Kiss. You know that producer. And Only Women Bleed, of course. Welcome to My Nightmare. Escape. There's a lot of good stuff from Alice Cooper, who's still going strong. He's always at like autograph shows and horror movie conventions. The guy, he does not stop. I went to Wooden Nickel Records. We had a show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, of all places, so I made the 3.5 hour drive there to play a gig. And before a gig, of course, you always want to check out the local record shop. And when I looked online, people said, check out Wooden Nickel. So I went there and I got these nickels. I bought a few things there, a few CDs. Angel got their 4th album from 1978, White Hot. Got it on CD, brand new, so I like Angel. Have a few of their vinyl records. The Effigies, the 5th album from them, just came out. It's got the last performances, of course, from John Katzey. We sadly lost him last year, so he's no longer with us, but the group had recorded enough that they could put this album out. Let me tell you, this is a solid release. If you like long-time Chicago punk sound, that gritty guitar, that heavy, full guitar sound, this has it for sure. I mean, just the first few songs alone, I'm like, yes, glad I bought this. So if you love the Effigies or you just love a gritty guitar, nice straightforward punk rock, check this out. Effigies Burned. This would be, I guess, their 5th album proper. But yeah, this is really, really, really good stuff. I was really happy to pick this up. It's also on vinyl, and they've actually signed a few copies floating around the Chicago area, but I was in a hurry to get it, so I picked up the CD because I saw it there. I never knew this existed. Cheap Trick being one of my favorite bands. Of course, one of my favorite drummers is Mr. Bun E. Carlos. He put out a solo album in 2016. I did not know. He didn't call me up and tell me, so how was I supposed to know? Mr. Bun E. Carlos. So he's got the singers from Hanson. He's got some other people helping him out. I think the singer from Soul Asylum was also helping him out a little bit this. But it's good. I mean, some of the songs are great. Some of the songs are good. So that's all you shoot for. You're like a drummer of the band putting out a solo album. Of course, hit or miss who they find. The play on the album. Sometimes they'll sing, like Peter Criss will sing on his solo albums. But obviously he's not singing or anything like that. But he is. You can hear those drums, and you know it's the Cheap Trick drums. So it's really good stuff. I would for sure pick this up if you see this. It came out in 2016. Greetings from Bun E. Zoalia. Little play on his name there. And last but not least, I picked up the vinyl record there, of course. Picked up a tribute to Motley Crue, Crue Believers. I believe this came out in 2020. It's got, of course, Pretty Boy Floyd, Jack Russell, who just passed away sadly from Great White, Tracy Guns, LA Guns, Bang Tango, Jet Boy, all kinds of fun. So the Bullet Boys are on here. Shout at the Devils, performed by London, longtime band there. So yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'm interested to play it. I think it's red vinyl. Oh yeah, look at that pretty red vinyl. And of course, Crew Eyes. This is a knockoff of their first album. Crew Eyes, Shout at the Devil's the best album, and then their first album is their second best album. And there's really no argument about that. That's Crew Facts. I went to a disc replay. It's a great little store around me. And I got the Runaways featuring Joan Jett. Of course, they had already broken up. This came out in like 81. They had already broken up. Joan was doing her solo thing, and Lita Ford was doing her solo thing. But it's got Mama We're All Crazy Now, 8 Days a Week from the Beatles, cover from them, and 2 other songs. So 4 songs. It's good stuff. Picked it up. I had sold some old movies, and no one's watching DVDs anymore. So unless it's a movie I really love on DVD, try and get rid of them now while I can still get like a quarter a piece or something for them, because pretty soon they're just going to be zero. People are going to like laugh at you if you try to trade in a DVD. And I also got 4 CDs because I had enough store credit there. John Bonham's son, Jason Bonham, of course, formed the band Bonham, creative name. This is the second album from them. It came out in 92. I have both of their solo albums, the first and the second one, on vinyl, but I only had the first one on CD. Like I said, I love it. I'm getting it on vinyl and CD. Yes, you already told us that. So this is the second one. This is the second and final with their singer who sadly passed away. He was a great singer. So yeah, happy to have that. Also, Kansas. A lot of these super bands, classic rock bands from the 70s, you're always anxious to see what they did mid-90s after the Seattle movement came and gone, and kind of rock took a turn. What happened to these bands? Like your REO Speedwagon, your Styx and stuff. So I was anxious to see how they treated their music. This is Kansas, Freaks of Nature. This is their 12th album from 95. And of course, singer Steve Walsh is on this. He wasn't on a few of the ones in the early 80s, but I forget the guy they had then, but he did a good job too. But yeah, Steve Walsh, and they have a good violin prominent in the mix there. I heard 2 songs of it, and it was alright. Yeah, pick up a CD, it's cheap. Tesla, another band you can say, what were they doing in the 90s? But this actually came out in 04. This is Into the Now. I haven't heard any single track off this, but I've heard it's really, really good. So I like Tesla a lot. Of course, their debut album is just fantastic. Their first few albums are just great. So yeah, Tesla, this is their 5th album from 04. And last but not least, of course, album that everyone owns, Yes. This came out in 83. This is their 11th album. The band had kind of broken up. We're going to do something else. And then they just, boom, reformed. It came out this in 83. This has the big hits, Owner of a Lonely Heart, Leave It. So yeah, this was, when you were watching MTV as a kid, or when I was a kid, a lot of Yes was on it. Also at that estate sale, I forgot to mention, Cheap Trick autograph. This is a signed, it looks like a CD insert or a postcard from all 4 of the original Cheap Trick dudes there. That's pretty cool. We only paid like $20 for that, so. And then he had a bunch of 8-tracks. So, I do have an 8-track player. So, this is April Wine, Billy Squier, Off Broadway, Triumph, Beatles, Bruce Springsteen, Styx, Southern Fried Rock, Head East, and ELO Out of the Blue. Southern Fried Rock. I gotta check out the cover of that. Oh, I can't even get it out. What is the cover of that? Oh yeah, look at old Egg. I grew up with 8-tracks first as my thing, and then vinyl, and so that's the Triumph. You don't see a lot of Triumph 8-tracks. So let's get into those albums that I put up on eBay. The first was Bad English from 1989, their debut. Of course, it's Neil Strump from Journey, Jonathan Cain from Journey, John Waite singing. It was in a very good shape to that album. You can see it sold for $24.50. According to the Discogs app, I should have got $30 for it. People don't want to pay $30 for that, so they got $24.50. So that one I got less than, I think, average. I like to put things on eBay, and I like to do the auction. I just like to see how things go. I always price it where the thing I'm selling is the lowest. So if you search items, I'm usually the lowest. I just start from there and see what things go. Some items, if they're not worth a lot, I just trade into the store. But if it's worth more than like 10, 15, I'm going to put it on eBay and see what it does. Taylor Swift's latest version, tortured poet she is. 2024, this is the white vinyl one. According to the Discogs app, I should have got like 19, 20 bucks for it unopened. I only got 16 bucks for it, but close enough, right? She's saturated. There's so much Taylor Swift out there. Some is worth a lot, some isn't. Rap Child America, heavy metal band from I think West Virginia or Virginia. Classic album. Was on Headbangers Ball way back, 89, 90-ish, I think. And this is, should have got 43 bucks according to the Discogs app, but on eBay I sold it for $41.75. Naked Eyes from 1983, one of the iconic, when you think of 80s bands, think of Naked Eyes. On the Discogs app, they're saying this album should got about 14 in the condition that it is. I only got 7. People don't love the 80s as much as they used to. Pink Floyd, these are, let's call them unofficial. I don't want to say the word bootleg. Let's just say unofficial. How'd you get them up on eBay, Brian's Funhouse? Well, I did a 5-day auction and prayed for 5 days that eBay wouldn't notice I was selling unofficial stuff on there, because sometimes they do, sometimes don't. A lot of the albums they sell from the UK, these like live recording albums are unofficial releases, and they let them fly all the time. I've had an album, it was I think a Randy Rhoads something or another with Ozzy, that was pulled off of eBay because they said it was bootleg something, but I figured I would try it. I didn't want to put it on Marketplace. Wanted to see what it could do on eBay. There is a listing for these on Discogs, anywhere between 35 and 40 bucks. So I figured if I get 80 for 2 of them, I'll be happy. I've had these since the late 80s. I bought them at Album Show. They're 2 picture discs, Wish You Were Here, and of course Dark Side of the Moon. However, the recordings on these actual picture discs, one is like live music from Dark Side of the Moon, and then the Wish You Were Here one was other songs. I didn't quite know what it all was. The auto quality was just so-so on them. But they sold for $179.50. They sold to a guy overseas. I was very happy with that. I mean, that's crazy. And I package all my stuff really well, so hopefully it's already made to him, hopefully in great shape. Jurassic Park soundtrack, this is the 20th year anniversary. Again, I'm getting rid of a lot of my soundtracks. I went crazy with purchasing like every soundtrack ever. According to the Discogs app, she got 133. I actually got 167.50. That's why I put it on eBay, because sometimes you get 2 people that are interested in it, and one will just kind of outbid the other and get a little more of what it's worth. So I was happy to get 167.50. Alice in Chains, this is another reissue of their classic album Dirt. On the Discogs app, just said I got like 25 bucks for it. I got 18.50, so a little less than that. I think there's so many versions of this and reissues and represses of this that it's not as popular of a thing as it was years ago. He-Man, Masters of the Universe soundtrack for the movie, that horrible, interesting movie with Dolph Lundgren. According to the Discogs app and the medium price and the condition it was, $62. I got $69.99, so I was happy with that. Another thing I threw up on eBay, I found at an estate sale. I just paid like $3 for it, and I looked through it a few times, and I'm like, do I really want to keep this? I'm really at a point in life. I'm 53 years old, and I don't need everything. And of course, if you look at this room, I have a lot of junk. I don't need all the junk I have. It's time to start getting rid of this stuff. Let other people enjoy it, because how much free time do I have, to actually listen to albums and CDs and look at my toy collection? So I am starting to get rid of stuff. I am consuming a lot, but I am getting rid of stuff. So I figured, the Angel Tour book, am I ever going to really flip through that again? No. I like to find things that the only options on eBay are people asking for crazy prices. And I like to find those items, if I can, and put them up for a lot cheaper price to give people that really want that item a chance to get it for a lot cheaper. So that's it. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe and like if you want to, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this whole vinyl thing. Are people asking way too much for the albums? Are you selling on eBay? Are you getting less, more, whatever that you want for it? Let me know. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.